Hello and welcome to GamerCents. We're making sense of what to buy. Thank you for joining us today for our first review. Our game of choice is one you may or may not have heard about. RimWorld. We are here to break down the numbers to help you decide if it's worth the money. Just make sure you don't have a life beforehand if you decide to pick it up, because it will eat your time. Not to say that as a bad thing. Between the serene music, calming graphics, and soothing color choices, it's no wonder we ended up spending over 70 hours in-game just for this review. But what goes into a game from a genre so different, and what makes it so fun? As it turns out, this is the brainchild of one Tynan Sylvester, designer, programmer, and all-around embodiment of Ludium Studios. As he states on his website, it's mostly just him. So it's no understatement to say this is a one-man show, with more than you might think to offer. Constructing a magnificent base, filling it with freezers, and watching people die because they decided it was a good place to nap has never been so much fun. It's a game that makes you think about your actions. It can also remind us of our own mortality. So where do the numbers fit into all of this? Well, to start, this game has been over 5 years in the making, and with RimWorld 1.0 being launched on October 17th, 2018, we think it has a bright future. All the way back in 2012, something was in the works. Tynan titled the project Starship Architect for the time being, testing it relentlessly. The working title was quite a bit different than what can be experienced today. The player would construct a spaceship and manage the interior. The game was slowly beginning to mature. After being retitled Eclipse Colony, the game was shown to the public in June of 2013. And the reaction was mostly positive from all sides. Fans of the inspiration material, Dwarf Fortress and Prison Architect, quickly drew comparisons. By September, the project was renamed RimWorld, and Tynan stated on his forum, "I have talked with Ryan Sumo, the artist on Prison Architect, and he's fully supportive of RimWorld. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, after all." After more intensive testing by two gamers, Tynan realized he had something. The testers didn't want to, and often wouldn't, leave until late in the night. We understand why. In 2014, Tynan launched a Kickstarter campaign after a bit of polishing. Raising $268,000 marked a successful release of the pre-alpha. We estimate between 30 million hours played on the low end and potentially 55 million hours on the high end, or more. With over 1 million copies sold today, Tynan's earnings could be as high as $25 or $28 million. A stark contrast to the now seemingly peanuts Todd Fry and Howard Warshaw were paid in the 1980s. One thing drives RimWorld more than any other component. You. You are the ultimate decider in a strong, well-built colony, and at odds with everything from the elements and starvation to space pirates when you are doing poorly. The game itself is simple in premise and almost impossible to execute flawlessly. You have to leave some room for error and the unexceptional, but eventually, you have to deal with losses. You start off with your choice between a group of crash-landed settlers, a tribe of hunter-gatherers, a wealthy explorer, or the most unlucky person in the universe. Even deciding on settlers is a life and death choice. Afterwards, you choose your AI storyteller, a feature fairly unique to RimWorld. The storyteller decides what is going to happen based on many variables, helping to make every colony feel new and original. At first, it can be a bit challenging. After a few hours and the crops begin to come in, your settlers have their own rooms, and you begin research, things begin to calm down. Suddenly, you find yourself in long moments of serenity. Minutes and soon hours pass with barely a notice. Your colonists farm, relax, and sometimes even party. Life can be good on the Rim. Then you find yourself under a siege, or being attacked by giant alien spiders. Before you know it, you are right back to struggling for your life. But the effort can be worth it. Raiders can be imprisoned and eventually recruited to join your settlement. Yet if your food supplies are dwindling, you have to weigh the value of their life against the cost to feed them. At the end of the day, the goal of RimWorld is to escape this unknown land. For that, you need a ship. You can either research the technology to build your own, or find one on the planet. Some players shoot straight for escape. Others enjoy the challenge of growing a massive colony, or surviving on an ice sheet, and decide to settle down on a new world. Once your colony is well established, raids and sieges result in deadly battles. Defense can be truly as important as a good offense. While combat seems unimpressive at first, you quickly find there are many more weapons and tactics at your disposal. It feels rewarding to defend your colony, and crushing to lose a settler. Diving in deeper reveals an astounding amount of variety in gameplay, and with an active mod community, the game can be given even more content. RimWorld is a great example of raw talent not held back by traditional constraints, blossoming into a world we get to experience. When indie developers are passionate about their projects, players get to enjoy something truly magical. If you like this video, consider subscribing and sharing this with your friends. And of course, thanks for playing.